Woolworths, Woolies, yes. So I think everybody knows what's going on here. Food locally, clothing locally, and then a big business now in Australia, thanks to the expansion, the David Jones, the Country Road, the Mimco, the Witchery, and everything else. Market capitalization used to be more. In fact, it used to be around 100 billion rand. It's now 71.4. Price to earnings ratio based on recent results, 14.98. Dividend yield, 4.59% based on historic numbers. Let's go straight to the graph and show what that looks like. So not as though it's sort of fallen off a cliff, but it just has sagged basically back from 100 Rand to share to the current level just below 70. So that's a bit sad.
Yeah, I mean, the market has fallen out of love with Woolies for some reason. They've had a few challenging trading sales updates, and especially South African clothing and general merchandise has been a little bit soft. Yeah. They also blamed the winter for the late onset of winter for that. And then in Australia, I think investors were probably hoping for a much bigger bang from David Jones and that turnaround, and it just seems to be lagging.
Having buying something and then making some quick gains in terms of cost savings and retail property sales, perhaps.
But it seems to be taking a bit longer than management and the market expected, and they're being penalised for that.
Yeah. But, I mean, broadly speaking, the management is excellent. The local business does very well, and it's been repositioned. The food part does very well. They're now bringing food into the David Jones offering in Australia. They've rationalised or have a plan to significantly rationalise their head office infrastructure in Australia and move the head office out of the expensive downtown retail building into some like warehouse in Melbourne. This all sounds like the sort of stuff that we'd want our management teams to be doing.
Yeah, there's definitely some space for improvement in Woolies, and I always like it when a stock has room for improvement because it means that you know where the catalyst is for future growth.
Plus, you're wearing a Country Road dress.
I'm obsessed.
Mimco earrings, you said, and the shoes from?
Witchery.
Pity we can't see those down there.
We'll put them on Instagram. But yeah, I mean, that food offering into David Jones is going to be an interesting one to watch.
Lots of competition there.
Absolutely, but there's nothing exactly like a Woolies food in the Australian market. So, I mean, maybe it works.
Yeah. Okay, so share price wise, what we need is some sort of sequential earnings surprise, a beat. That's really what you're saying. But the question is, are we going to get one? Is this a historic buying opportunity for Woolies? I mean, I've been telling people that I remember when it traded at 20 and then it collapsed down to 12 Rand a share and then it went to 100. Yeah. And I'm using that as an excuse to convince people to be courageous and buy them now.
Well, when you've got a quality name like Woolies trading at the kind of earnings multiples that they're trading at, there really is, it really isn't a high risk trade. Yeah. So from my perspective, it would be really hot at these levels. It's a quality business, fantastic management, good growth prospects.
Great, good. So we're hot on that one. Right, let's